May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio podcast, A Brief Memory. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, preserving the legacy of Shunryu Suzuki and those whose paths crossed his and anything else that comes to mind. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable and free from economic hardship and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. So today's brief memory of Shunryu Suzuki comes from Chris Miller, who was at Tassajara at summer of 1970 until April of 1972. And he says, during one of Suzuki Roshi's last visits to Tassajara in 1971, he gave a very intense, short talk in which he stood up from sitting on his zafu and even paced around a bit on the platform beside the altar. All I can remember is he paused and said with great conviction, "I want disciples who will follow me through life and death." Yours in the Dharma, Chris. Well, that's great. You know, I was there. And I don't remember that. But that doesn't mean anything. But that's great. That's a wonderful memory, Chris. I really appreciate that. I mean, you know, I can't add to that. That's great. So many different ways that Suzuki, well, now I am adding to it, that he would sort of like open a door. Like if you want to come into this door, if you want to relate to me this way, this is what I want. So he says, I want disciples who will follow me through life and death. So that gives a pretty high bar there for people. Of course, it's easy to say, yes, I'll do it. But, you know, what does it mean? It's very hard to figure out what does that actually mean. And he says one of his last visits, so it wasn't long before he followed himself from life into death. But he would also say, like, I love the story of the woman who said Sasaki had rejected her, and he said, no, go back to him, he'll accept you. She said, now you reject me. He said, no, and he put his arms out with his robe hanging there. He said, no, I never reject anyone. So he would relate to people in various ways, but this is one. To follow him through life and death. Okay. This has been a Cuke Audio podcast, a brief memory. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Dogette Bandita, feline Kuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.